We need to do more kind of joint networking, really understanding what each other do, not just kind of looking at each other's websites or anything like that, maybe actually getting to know each other. So when you are making referrals, you can say, oh, go to this person, or this person really nice, or he supports this team, or whatever. Like, you can tell a little bit about information about that person, that when you're signposting, which again will make the young person feel a bit more comfortable. Okay, I trust you, and you've given me this name and this person to go to. So it's just a bit easier for referrals, really, as well as helping to make sure you're making the right referral to the right place, and not just saying, oh, I don't know. And then the thing that kind of we saw as like an overarching point was that it needs to be putting the young person at the centre and really valuing them, and listening to them and valuing them as a person. And we picked up on, what's been mentioned quite a lot through the session is about being non-judgmental, so really making sure that's continuing.
The sex education within schools, that would be a really good idea to take a student with a teacher. So there's both ends of the spectrum, and it takes the seriousness away with the student, but with the trust between the student and the teenager with the teacher, so that there's both views when teaching. And they know it's relevant to their age, because if I was teaching them, I know that if I was being taught by someone around my age, then I'd know that I could trust them because they were closer, that they're more relevant to the time.
Why don't we have healthy colleges and schools and youth services? Why don't we have them all together? Why don't we have, and it's very, very important, I think, to include young people. I know at our college, student voice is huge. If you're not listening to your stakeholders and what they really want, I think I've learned an awful lot today, and I know, Daisy and Polly, just the fact of what the young people are saying, that, we've got to listen to what they really need. Sharing good practice. I know, and we used to have a healthy colleges group, which was great, we've lost that. Can we have a healthy colleges, healthy schools group? So we can all get together and talk about this. There's such a lot of enthusiasm in the room, and we're losing this cohesiveness where we're all working together and saying, well, we can do this, we can do this. I mean, the fact that we both said, well, yeah, go on, let's try this text thing in the college, in the school, and I'm sure you could do it in the youth setting. That's just from one table. And just making sure, Nikki said about making sure that provision is good in all the schools. So, if we've got a template with hierarchical, this is working, these health champions, why the hell aren't we getting it out everywhere? Why aren't we bringing it into all the schools, all the youth settings?
I've been in so many rooms where we can think of all the extra things we want, but if we haven't got any more money, which we haven't, what are the useless things that we could stop doing that might save a bit of time? Because it is mostly about saving people's time from what they're doing now to what they could be doing elsewhere, and we need to get a clearer handle on that. Otherwise, the people that are charged with trying to make this happen won't be able to. They'll just be stuck.
Local information we need, and that needs to be shaped by the young people who want to use this as a service. So it has to be relevant to them and accessible by them. And whether that involves some kind of, because one of the complications with that is, of course, it has to be current and constantly kept up to date. And whether that is something like a TripAdvisor, where young people who've actually gone through the system access services, so now they're equipped with the information and are able to share that, can do that. But the overriding thing for us was that all of it is shaped and driven by the end user, which is the young people themselves.
If a thing isn't being taught well, you can give all the materials in the world, and it just because people who go in with the specialist knowledge they're not trained teachers. They are there to find ways of doing it, and they do, and some do it better than others, but actually a lot of PHSE is taught by teachers.